the life source of any RV, it's all operated off of, for the most part, 12-volt power. Every RV is going to have some type of batteries. Whether it's a small travel trailer to a Class A motorhome, they're going to be equipped with anywhere from 1 battery, 2 batteries, 4 batteries, 6 batteries, and on. And some of the terminology that we get brought on by the customers is, hey, I have DC power in my coach, or I have 12-volt power. So 12-volt power is DC power.
Yeah, your direct current is all your battery power. Anytime you're talking about, so 12, we're in the United States, so 12 volt is pretty common, but your DC power is your battery stuff.
So in an RV, they all have some type of what's called a converter. It's converting voltage into 12 volt to power the battery.
The kind of things that run off of that are going to be your lights, right? Your water pump, all the brains in your appliances. So even if you're, working off of propane, right? Oh, but my stuff's still not working. Well, the brain and all that stuff still works off of that. A lot of times,
fans.
Fantastic fans, things like that. A lot of times too, even on 110, just like the appliances, they still use 12-volt triggers for activation. So you need to make sure that your batteries are good. It's a huge factor. So an inverter takes your 12-volt DC power and inverts it back into 110-volt AC. Before we continue on with that, one thing that gets confused a lot is, like I just said, 110, right? Some people get confused between 110 and 120 volt AC, which is all your plug-in power. That's all the same. It's all the same stuff. Back in the day, a long time ago, originally it was 110, and then it went to 115, and then it went to 117, and now it's at 120. Your standard is 120. So anytime you hear somebody talk about that, they're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
So an inverter is what you're going to use when you're trying to take that 12-volt power and turn it back into 110. So that way you're able to use things like TVs, regular ceiling fans, microwaves, air conditioners if the system's large enough or whatever, off of your batteries. That's what an inverter does, where a converter takes the 110 AC and converts it down to DC to charge the battery. The inverter does the opposite. Knowing what you have does make a difference when you're calling in for issues or anything like that, so make sure you know.
A good thing to know is like specifics. So if you have a converter or an inverter, find out where those locations are. There's always going to be some type of a fuse or a reset on those. And then brands. What brand is it? What model number is it? And if there's a serial number. So if you call in for some reason and whether you have a simple question, the first thing they're going to ask you is
model and serial
number of that product, not of the year, make, and model of the coach. That they don't know what their product that was produced got put into the unit. So that'll help your RV shop, dealership, mobile tech, by just having that information. That gives us right away knowing what we're talking about. So we appreciate you watching, and stay tuned for more. Thanks so much.